This podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
Place to Be Nation Pop Experience. Welcome to a brand new weekdaily podcast series here on the Place to Be Nation Pop Experience. I am Andy Atherton, by the way, and on this inaugural episode of the movie review of the day. So this show will drop every weekday at 3 p.m., very similar to how the video jukebox song of the day will drop every weekday at 8 a.m., and, really enjoy doing these short pod blasts, if you will. And movies is really, I would say, my first love when it comes to any kind of medium out there. I mean, look, I love TV. I work in TV. I do. But movies are my first. I just love movies. It's just one of my favorite things to do is to sit and watch a movie, I especially love going to the movies. The whole experience of going to the movies, where you're in a darkened room, you're on a giant screen. Especially there are some movies that you really have to see on the big screen. Other ones you could just see at home. It's like the new thing now is like, should I see it? Should I not see it in the theater? It's like, can I wait for streaming? And sometimes that is the truth. So it can happen. But I have the AMC Stubs A-list. So I go to a lot of movies because it is a tremendous deal for anybody that goes to a lot of movies. And I have a movie theater 5 minutes from my house, so it's really convenient. So hopefully we get a nice group here to come to you regularly on these podcasts, and they will tell you all about a movie that they love, a movie they just watched, on whether it's in the theater or on streaming. So they're, pretty much any movie we're going to cover here. We are going to do theme weeks. They will alternate with the video jukebox. So if video jukebox is on a theme week, this show will not be on a theme, but the next week they will be. Hopefully it's not too confusing. People can figure it out. But we will, tie those into things, whether it's a time of year, whether there's a new movie coming out. Like, some of the themes I could tell you about that we have coming to you this year. Let me call up the sheet here. We have, with Scream coming out, a new Scream 7. We're going to dedicate a whole week to reviewing Scream movies. We have our first, which will probably be many Pixar weeks coming out when we have the next Pixar film. We have a Destruction of Earth week coming out, which has to do with that Ryan Gosling movie. I think it's called Operation Hail Mary or something. We have Biopics week coming. We have a Toy Story week with Toy Story 5 coming out. Spider-Man week coming later on this year. So it's going to be a lot of fun. If you're out there and you're listening and you have an idea for a theme week, reach out. Also, if you want to be part of this, more than happy to bring people in that are new to the Place to Be Nation podcasting family, if you will. Give anybody a shot here. If you're passionate about movies and you want to talk about your favorite movies, come on out. You go to movies a lot. You do movie reviews. Come on out. So it's just a very, we try to be a very family-esque atmosphere here, and everybody gets a turn to contribute. So that's what it's all about. And that's what this is. This is helping to build the community up a little bit more, and just talk about movies we love. That's really what it is. And also, a lot of us do long-form podcasts. And as much as I love doing those, sometimes, you don't want to do an hour and a half, 2 hours on a particular movie, but 5 to 10 minutes, get your thoughts out. You can do your review and you can call it a day, and you feel satisfied from that. Or maybe there was a case where there was a podcast about a movie and you just happened to not be on it, but you want to get your thoughts out there. That's another thing that this is for. Because I could tell you the movie that I'm starting out with, there was a great podcast done about it not that long ago, actually. And I will tell you that in a moment after I talk about this movie for a bit. So I am starting off with one of my favorite movies. It is a song that's been on the It is a movie that has been on the short list for the I'm all confused. It's on the short list for Laugh in Theater, which I have not done a lot of those lately, but hopefully I will get back to those. Going back to 1996, it is The Birdcage, which starred Robin Williams, Nathan Lane, Gene Hackman, Dianne Wiest, Dan Futterman, Callista Flockhart, Hank Azaria, Christine Baranski. A tremendous cast. Love this movie. I remember the first time I saw the first trailer, where it was Nathan Lane, the scene where he says, "Please, I need a moment to prepare," and then he like starts shaving to get through to get before he goes on the show that night. So the log line of the movie is a gay cabaret owner and his drag queen companion agree to put up a false straight front so that their son can introduce themselves to his fiance's right-wing conservative parents. My God, this movie, though, I mean, the performances, and everybody knows how over the top what Robin Williams can be. And he is for lack of a better term, the straight man in this movie, right? Nathan Lane, probably the greatest performance of his career. And there's been a lot of great ones. I mean, he is he's just wonderful. There's no other way to say it. He's just a delight. When he did The Producers, which is another movie I will probably review on here at some point, probably do both Producers. But when he did the remake, I mean, there is an art form. Comedy is an art form, right? And there is a subtlety to it. And anybody could tell jokes, anybody could act zany, but it's the little things that really add to it. And Nathan Lane does those. It's the facial expressions, the looks, the size, the what have you, that just give that little puts it over the top a little bit in terms of the performance, where it's not only is he it's just the way he does things. And this is such a great movie. I mean, the comedy in this movie is top notch. I mean, Ron Williams does have a chance to be a little crazy when he does the dance, when he does the serving of the dinner. Nathan Lane just is ridiculous a lot of times. He's just so kind of overly dramatic. I mean, and then you look at the supporting players. I mean, Gene Hackman. This is probably, I would say, his greatest comedic performance, and he's not trying to be funny, which is the point of it. And then Dianne Wiest as the supporting, mother who just tries to put a positive spin on everything. Christine Baranski is great in this, really showing off her dance moves. And Callista Flockhart, this is right before Ally McBeal. So she had not really hit it big, so nobody really knew who she was that much at the time. Dan Futterman, who was really good in this movie, and Hank Azaria, who steals every scene he's in. He's Agador Spartacus. I mean, when he's dancing around wearing the red wig, or when he's swirling the jewels that make him fall down, or he makes the peasant soup with the stews. I mean, of course, so for those of you who don't know, it's actually a remake of a musical, La Caja Falls, which I've actually seen. I saw it at a dinner theater many, many years ago, and it was a really fun show. But we go right into it where we get Armand, who's played by Robin Williams, and he's in his nightclub, and it turns out that and this is probably my favorite scene in the entire movie, though, because Nathan Lane is just ridiculous, where he's like, he won't come out because he thinks Armand is cheating on him because he saw white wine chilling in the fridge, but they only drink red. And he wants a palimony agreement. And he's like, not even our show. It's not even our show. It's your show. And because you know everything because you're a man, and I know nothing because I'm a woman. And Armand just tells Albert, Nathan Lane's character, goes, "You're not a woman." "Oh, you bastard." And then Hank Azaria giving him the Pirin tablets, which are just aspirin with the A and S scraped off. I mean, the amount that they go to, and there are times when Val, I kind of think Val's kind of an asshole at times in this movie, where he was just kept pushing them because he was afraid of what Senator Keeley, Barbara's parents would think. And because they're so ultra conservative from Ohio, and you have this gay, flamboyant, couple that owns a nightclub, and Armand wears makeup, and they do dance numbers. He's a director, a choreographer, and and the star, his mother, I guess, is the star. I mean, even getting, Armand has one heterosexual tryst, and he gets a son out of it. And he actually, it turned out he paid Catherine for the baby, I guess, so to speak, so he could raise the baby with Albert. And, it's just a loving family that, goes to any lengths. And then you have some really good other minor characters in this, which is Grant Heslov, who is better known. He's a known character actor. He's also George Clooney's producing partner. And you have Tom McGowan, who he very rarely plays jerks. In this, he's an asshole because he works for the National Enquirer. He's like basically almost like a paparazzi. And I knew him as Kenny from Frasier, and he was also in that movie Heavyweights. I remember that also. But he, they're very good in this too, with the way they kind of have camped out because Senator Keeley's partner, Eli Jackson, on a Coalition for Moral Order, ends up dying in the bed of an underage black prostitute. And that is not really moral right there. And it's not upstanding. So they have they want to talk about the wedding to have to get this, kind of sweep the scandal under the rug. And next thing you know, they end up trapped in a drag club because they didn't want to be seen leaving. And a very ingenious way where they have them all dressed up in drag, so to speak, and they sneak out of the club, and then we end up having the wedding. But, look, you could point to very many parts of the scene where you could have, where you could quote this movie. It's endlessly quotable. The scene of when they're just talking about the foliage, it's like unintentionally funny. It's like uncomfortable humor. You have the thing with the peasant stew with the bowls with the Greeks wrestling on them or whatever they are. Just all the attempts at the subterfuge in this are hysterical, and nothing ends up going as planned, of course. But at the end of the day, we have these loving families, the Keeleys, who they love their daughter and they want just her to be happy, and we have the Goldmans, Armand and Albert, and they have his mother, Catherine, all at the wedding at the end. And it's a Jewish Catholic ceremony. And it's a wonderful film, and it is just so funny. There's just no other way to say it. It is just so endlessly funny, but it has heart. It's on the surface, you're like, oh, this is ridiculous. This is whatever it is, but it does have heart. It's really all about families and the lengths that you go to make sure things go right for the other members of your family, make sure they're happy. And that's really the message of the film. That's what I take away from it. And it's just, I love it. So, all right, hopefully, look, this movie is almost 30 years old. So if I spoil it for you, sorry, it's on you. But this is kind of what this spirit will be. We're going to talk about it. We're going to go reviews. It's up to everybody how they want to handle it, whether they want to go through the movies, scene by scene, or you just want to talk about how the feelings are, give some thoughts on it. Definitely, highly rate this movie. On IMDb, let's see what the rating is really quick while we're here. It has a 7.2 out of 10, which I think might be a little low. I would go a tad higher, maybe go up to an 8 on this one. But, the scenes, there are so many scenes, like in the trailer when you see him trying to teach Albert how to be his appear as Val's straight uncle, which, I do use the line when they reveal that he has pink purple socks on. And he goes, what? Well, one does want a hint of color. I've used that line several times in my life. I mean, you do an eclectic celebration of a dance. You do Fosse, 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 Michael Kidd, Madonna. I mean, endlessly quotable. So great. So much fun. I hope if you haven't seen The Birdcage, I highly recommend it. Please seek it out. I'm not sure where it is streaming at the moment, but I'm sure it's streaming somewhere. So good. And, I hope you enjoy this because, we're going to be doing these. And, Thank you for your support. And again, if you have an idea for a theme or if you want to take part in these movie reviews, please let us know. All right, so hope you enjoyed this. Come back tomorrow. Come back every weekday, actually, for some great talk about movies. And we'll see you on the next one.